Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello. Off to a kind of weird start. I'm so sorry. It's taking me so long to get here this morning. Well, I guess it hasn't. I'm on time. But this is not our usual format. And the reason for that is because today I'm coming to you live from New York. So exciting. This is actually my first time to New York City. I'm not going to lie, it reminds me quite a bit of Manila. Really reminds me of Manila. So, um, Manila is hotter, dirtier, and friendlier. There's my view at my hotel window. So we are live in New York City, y'all. Just this morning, first thing I did, I woke up and I got my press pass. See that? My cute little face? USA versus Sean Combs, valid for a week. Press pass, Lauren Cadillac. So the press pass lady was really nice after a little while. And she was like, get there at like 5 a.m. Fuck. So Tuesday, hey, y'all ain't right. Welcome. On Tuesday, I'm going, out of my love for y'all, to wake up at the ass crack of dawn and head to that federal courthouse. I'm going to get in line at like 5 a.m., even with my press pass. Don't forget that Tuesday evening, we have our meet and greet at that lovely bar that hangs bras on the ceiling. And I brought an old bra so that they can take mine, hopefully. Uh, when I got up this morning and put on my tennis shoes, I realized I hadn't packed socks. I thought I did, but I don't know where they are. So today we'll be going to the Met Gallery and then we'll be buying some socks. Okay. Obviously, I'm Lauren Cadillac, OG Cadillac, mother of the decade, mother of the century, honestly. I'm such a good mom. Baby is asleep over in the other area over here. She can attest to what a great mom I am, but she won't because she's trying to sleep. And I think she's a little grumpy that I'm over here making all this noise with y'all. I saw her wiggle, so I see confirmation that I'm correct. Okay, y'all. Um, oof. So in terms of the format this morning, I'm gonna try to share a video with you. Hey, Tall Glass, welcome. Good to see you. So I'm going to try to share a video with you of Karen Reed. Because on Monday, that ish was so crazy that I literally bought tickets to Massachusetts, to Boston, to go talk to the attorneys there. Hey, Tavanda, good to see you. I literally booked tickets after seeing this cross-examination. I mean, this is an abomination of our Constitution, y'all. Like, this is whack. And Diddy's whack too, but for totally different reasons. So, like, the Karen Reed is whack because of the government. Hey, hippie Easta. Oh my God, like the whole crew is here, y'all. Good morning, everyone. I feel like I look pretty fresh for having like flown yesterday and stuff. So good to see you. Okay, so the Karen Reed, I swear to God. On Tuesday, I wrote a letter to the Massachusetts Judicial Commission because of what I saw on Monday. I have never, ever reported a judge to a judicial commission. I've seen some fucked up behavior, but this is my first actual time. Sorry, guys, you're on my laptop, so we're going to be wiggling. All right, I'm sorry. I brought the camera. I just didn't have time to set it up. All right, so I want to go through this cross-examination with you because it's like so disheartening. But like I said, I'm on my computer. Like, this is a different computer than I use, so bear with me, okay? Let's see. What window do I want to share? No, I need to do entire screen. and then also share audio. Okay, guys. Okay, there we go. All right. This is Megan Cuniff did us the great favor of condensing the entire cross-examination into one video, although it was 2 days of cross-examination. It's so bad. Okay, before I get into that though, I just want you to understand. Hold on, let me stop sharing. So like things look normal. Hold on. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Sorry. Okay. I think we talked about this. I know we talked about this with YSL. Discovery is due at least 30 days before trial. Okay. What is discovery? Discovery is everything your side is going to use at the trial. Okay. In the case of a criminal discovery, some states require the defense to disclose, some do not. But all states require the prosecution to disclose all discovery. I think 30 days is usually like the closest you can get to trial. All right. Yet we find ourselves on Monday watching a witness, and we'll see this, you'll see this. But the witness, who is an expert and doesn't even have a bachelor's degree, revised his report 16 days into this live trial. And then Bev allowed that bullshit in. And that's what got me. That's what got me. You do not get to update your evidence based on live trial. And you sure as shit do not get it admitted into evidence during live trial. All right, let's go. Let's do this together, guys. Oh, this shit makes me sick. It literally made me so sick. I physically felt ill, and I bought and my daughter some tickets to go to Boston and to Canton and to watch this shit. Okay, Alessi, by the way, I Googled him. He is not even like really a super courtroom attorney. He's kind of more administrative, big guy, big firm, like Fortune 100 firm. My understanding is he's volunteering to do this, and that is because it is such a calamity and such a shitting on our Constitution. So, oops.
Between the time you left the witness stand yesterday until...
Okay, I should be sharing. Oh, sorry. Hold on. This is the day before. So this is not the first one. She didn't condense it. Can you hear the sound okay? Oh, Leslie used to be a pharmacist? Judges say I'll allow it all the time, so that doesn't. I can't believe Alessi used to be a pharmacist. I mean, that does kind of make sense to me because he's so like methodical. And you know who he reminds me of, guys? He reminds me so much of John Hunter. You remember from the Take Hey, the guy I went to law school with? I swear to you, John Hunter is going to look just like Alessi in 30 years. I mean, they just remind me of each other so much. All right, let's go to the Monday. Here we go. Maybe. Hopefully this is just the clip. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Everyone can hear sound. Yes. Okay, good. Then I'm doing this right. All right, here we go. We're doing this together. Here I go. Over to Alessi. Okay. Also, this guys, this right here, can you see what I'm pointing to? See where my mouse is? This little patch of hair, this dude needs to let it go. Let this patch of hair go, bro. Let it go. Notice his pink color, and then watch his color as we go through this, okay?
This exhibit TT for identification. Do you recognize that document?
Yes, I do.
And what is that document?
So this document appears to be my CV.
CV.
Yes.
It's my
And is
CV.
that CV a document that you have prepared?
Yes, so that is a document that either I have prepared or
Okay, so real quick, sorry to interrupt, but the way Alessi presents evidence, I just need to watch this again and again because he is so flipping good, and I want to be as good as he is.
the company Aptra has prepared.
And is that a fair and accurate document?
It appears to be.
Your Honor, I offer that into evidence.
So smooth.
Mr. Brown?
No, thank you.
Yes.
And if you could just, Your Honor, if I have the witness hold on, I have some
Hold on,
questions.
let's let it mark first.
Yes,
Sure.
yep.
Exhibit 183.
Thank you.
Alessi is 67?
Thank you.
Oh, I didn't hold on. This guy? This lying son of a bitch lives in Dallas? I can't visit him because his entire career is over. He's done for. I gotta Google Alessi and see if he's really 67. That's crazy. He looks so good.
Mr. Burgess, you have in front of you your CV that we just spoke about, and I'd ask you please to draw your attention to the education section where underneath in red it says BGS, and then, do I read it correctly? It says Bachelor of General Science in Mathematics and Business Administration, University of Alabama Birmingham, Alabama currently pursuing. Did I read that correctly?
You did read that correctly.
65. Alessi is 65, bro. Alan Jackson is 60? What did they eat? What are they putting on their face? We need. They're doing great, dude. 60 freaking 5? 60 really is the new 30, bro. Like, this is crazy. Okay. Note the coloration of his skin. Top class. That's what I'm saying. Like, he was kind of pink, but he gets redder and redder.
Thank you, sir. May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you. Like this marked as the next for identification only at this point. Oh, excuse me, can I have that back? I'll show Mr.
He knows this look he's giving. This is like the, oh shit, it's coming. Look, like, I know I don't have that bachelor's degree. I know it says in 8 places I do.
Sure.
We gotta run this at a much higher speed, dude.
Mr. Burgess, once you've had a fair opportunity to look at that, I have a question, and that question is simple. Is that your April 2000?
This, y'all. Give up the patch, bro. Give it up. Soon you'll see the redness start to creep up his head.
25 CD.
Let me see. Yes, it appears to be.
Thank you. And when you've had a fair opportunity to look at it, when you can just pick your head up, sir, to let me know you're ready. I don't want to rush you, but then I have some questions.
Absolutely. Go
Thank
ahead.
So in those two exhibits, your two CVs in front of you, am I correct that the first one is November 2024 and the second one is April 2025?
Let me see. Yes, that appears to be correct.
And in both of those CVs, you indicate that you have not yet earned a bachelor's degree.
That is correct.
And you certainly have not earned a Bachelor of Science degree in any educational field, according to those two CVs, right?
Correct.
And in fact, as you sit here today, you do not possess any bachelor's degree.
Correct.
And the reason, as you state, is because that bachelor's degree is currently pending. That's the term you use.
So I use currently pursuing.
Currently pursuing, yes. So you have a public profile that's published on Aperture's website, correct?
Yes, I do.
And it's in the form of a biography page.
Yes, I believe so.
And that biography page has your education listed.
Very possible, yes.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you.
The thing page, he might not have seen He might not have seen that the defense looked at it. I don't pay for premiums, so I don't know who looks at mine.
And if you click on the hyperlink for your CV on that same website, do you know where that hyperlink takes you?
No, I do not.
To any member of the public reading this, including prosecutor, a defense attorney, a judge, or a jury, that represents that you received your Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and Business Administration, does it not?
That's the same.
Now, if you
What? First of all, what was the legal objection? I guess speculation, maybe? I don't know.
you continue on to your photograph, are you familiar with Aperture's website that speaks about you and presents you generally?
Vaguely, yes.
Are you aware that Aperture has two hyperlinks, one that says CV and one says LinkedIn? Are you aware of that?
Yes, I am now.
And LinkedIn is a professional networking platform designed for career and business professionals to connect, share content, find jobs, etc. Is that a fair description of LinkedIn?
Yes, it is.
And could we also conclude that it's a professional networking platform, especially for private sector firms like Aperture, that's used to attract clients or potential clients?
Yes, correct.
And potential clients include, for example, the Commonwealth of the state of Massachusetts, correct?
Correct.
And indeed, the Commonwealth is no longer, if you will, an attracted client, but it's an actual client of Aperture. Are you correct?
Correct.
And that's the status of the relationship here. Aperture is a client of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts in this case, right?
Correct.
I think he got that backwards. Massachusetts is Aperture's client.
So is it fair to say that your CV, especially when it's published on a LinkedIn or published on a website, is something that is published to intend to have, especially if you're in the private sector, have clients view and retain your services? That's a hope and an expectation, correct?
Yes, that is part of it.
Now, when you look at that document, when you click on, if you were to be in your office, and let's see if you're familiar with this, you click on your LinkedIn on Aperture's page, that would ordinarily take you directly to your professional LinkedIn account, correct? Isn't that what the links are there for?
Yes, I would expect so.
Are you notified when someone electronically accesses your LinkedIn account?
Not accesses, no. Are you referring to viewing?
Yes, that's
Yes,
a better
sorry,
for
yeah.
viewing. Yes.
Yes.
So you're notified. Were you notified within the last 72 hours that someone from the defense accessed your publicly available or viewed your publicly available LinkedIn account?
No, I was not aware.
Are you aware that within the last 72 hours, that hyperlink on Aperture's official website was disabled?
No, I was not aware.
Are you aware that now if you
So Aperture found out and they disabled the website? Come on, guys. Come on.
try to go on that link, that you can't, that it's disabled?
No, I'm not aware of that.
Do you know whether anyone from Aperture directed someone within Aperture to disable your LinkedIn account within the last 72 hours?
No, I'm not.
Have you spoken to anybody at Aperture about your LinkedIn account?
No, I have not.
He looks nervous as hell.
You're not letting move TV into evidence at this point?
Any objection?
Okay. You recognize that document, sir?
Yes, it appears to be a screenshot of my LinkedIn account.
Your Honor, I offer that into evidence.
It appears that you screenshot my LinkedIn account where I lied about my credentials. Yes. Of
Can I see you a sidebar with these?
course, we're going to have sidebar because Bev can't do anything without sidebarring.
Personal LinkedIn page. You can take a moment to take a look. Sure.
Mr. Wesson, eventually step back so all the jurors can see.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Yes, it does with a error on page 2 regarding education.
Right, and we're going to get to that.
Sure.
But this is you recognize this as a fair and accurate depiction of your personal LinkedIn page, with the exception of what you just mentioned,
Beautiful.
Correct.
Did you draft that document that's represented as Exhibit WW?
I have drafted that over time, yes.
And when was the last time you viewed that document on your LinkedIn page?
I don't typically view the profile page, so it would have been, no, I could not tell you how long it's been.
Do you have any reason to believe that that Exhibit WW is not on your LinkedIn page online as we sit here today?
No, I don't.
Your Honor, I move Exhibit WW into evidence. Okay.
It's traveling
186.
up the cheek.
Thank
No, the ear is now red. Oh, we got some redness here on the forehead. So the redness is growing.
I would like to turn your attention to your personal, the printout of your personal LinkedIn page and go right to the second page, bottom. And under education, it says University of Alabama at Birmingham. It's got a little UAB acronym there. And it says Bachelor of Science, B period, S period, comma, Applied Mathematics and Scientific Computation, 2016-2018. Do you see that, sir?
Yes, I do.
That's not correct, is it?
No, it's not correct.
And you do not hold a BS in a Bachelor of Science in Applied Mathematics and Scientific Computation from the University of Alabama at Birmingham, do you?
I do not. And that would have been at that time an expected graduation date.
So
Okay, real quick. Hold on. I don't know. Oh, shit. There we go. Okay. I know y'all who watch, you are well aware that experts go on voir dire before they're proclaimed experts, right? You voir dire them, and in that voir dire, you establish their education, their background, their publications, blah, 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 all the shit that experts need. In this case, with this dude, Bev opted not to do a voir dire. She just called him an expert. I believe that in and of itself is reversible error. I know allowing the report that he updated 8 days into the trial is reversible error. So we're just looking at error. This judge is not doing her job, period. We go back. I digress. All right, bear with me. And go.
it would be expected, you state.
Correct.
It would be another word currently pursuing. Is that similar to expecting?
Sure, that could be similar.
But you know how to put currently pursuing down, don't you, sir? Because you did it on the first few CVs, but you don't have it on your LinkedIn page. Am I correct?
Correct. That's probably because obviously that has not been updated in quite some time.
And you said you get notifications when people access your LinkedIn page, correct?
I get selective notifications when people view my LinkedIn page.
So you know people are looking at your LinkedIn page. You know people are looking at your education. And you have down here 2016 to 2018. So that time period is 7 years old from 2018, yet you use the 2016 to 2018 on your LinkedIn page, correct?
Correct. With the caveat that my understanding is people look at your post, not specifically the profile information.
Oh, so you
Such bullshit. That's such BS. And yes, people look at your posts. But if you're trying to like hire a company, you're going to look at the profiles of the employees. If you're trying to hire an expert, you're going to look at his profile and his background and education.
you know apparently when people are looking at it and what they look at
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying generally.
generally.
Correct.
But you don't know who's looking at the education section on your LinkedIn page and relying upon what is represented here that you have a Bachelor of Science in Applied Mathematics and Scientific Computation from the University of Alabama at Birmingham.
Not from the LinkedIn page. Yeah, just independently of the LinkedIn page, yes.
And as you sit here today, that page is still live on your LinkedIn, correct?
Correct.
So a key aspect of your credentials, whether or not you have obtained a Bachelor of Science, is incorrect in more than one document that I presented here today, correct?
No, I would not agree with that.
Notice the red is creeped up here. The red's over here too. So
Well, it's incorrect in this one, correct?
Correct.
And the one previously
This
to that,
one?
there's two documents that have you listed. This LinkedIn, may I approach your honor?
Yes.
Thank you. So there's two documents, is there not, sir? There's, may I?
Sure.
And I think the previous one, evidence? So if you could hold that, this one, sir, I'm going to take that if I could from you. And exhibit 185, that's in evidence, if you can turn to the second page. So if you look at each of those state that you have a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and Business Administration. So there are two documents about your credentials that are inaccurate, correct?
Yes, they have errors, yes.
love how you did that. So there are two documents that are inaccurate, correct? And he's at the witness stand. Like, that's very impactful the way he does this. I am going to just watch this on repeat until I am as good as he is.
That is correct. Yeah, both?
Yes.
Yes, there you go. Date, CVs.
But you're the only one who's going to know whether what's on it is accurate or not, correct?
Unless I explain that to them, yes.
So either way, either you prepared it yourself or you interacted with somebody and explained it and collaborated with them to make sure it was right to the best of your ability, correct?
Correct.
If you can look at the highlighted portion, sir. under education?
There's no, well, I understand what you're talking about. There's no highlighted.
I'm
portion.
sorry, let's strike that. If you look under education, the first line, it says in the right underneath BGS. Do you see that, sir?
I do, yes.
And then to the right, it says Bachelor of General Science in Mathematics and Business Administration, University of Alabama - Birmingham, Alabama, 2022. Did I read that correct?
Yes, you did.
First it was 16 through 18. Now it's 22.
And up in the upper left-hand corner, there's a photograph.
Yes, there is.
Is that you, sir, in the photograph?
Yes, it is.
And in the spelling of your name, Shannon, that's with one N, correct?
Correct, yes.
And so that is not only you in the photograph, that's the spelling of your name with one N, correct?
Correct.
And that's the correct spelling of your first.
Okay, we'll go forward. Notice how red Shannon is now. The redness is up here. Even the patch can't hide the red. Hide the red.
Did you see the document as well, or do you have a copy for him?
You can see it as well, Your Honor.
Okay, I was just wondering the purpose,
Yep, sure.
and just step back.
Yes,
so-
no. Sir, do you recall when you started pursuing a Bachelor of Science degree of any kind?
Sure, I do, around 2008.
So you started pursuing a Bachelor of Science for the first time in 2008, correct?
Correct.
And it is 2025, correct? And you
I did
still
the
don't
math
have
correctly,
it.
sir. You've been pursuing a Bachelor of Science degree for 17 years, correct?
That is correct.
17
And you have not
years.
obtained it as you sit here today.
That is correct.
And yet there are the various documents that we've seen that state that you have obtained the Bachelor of Science, correct?
Again, with errors or misinterpretation. Yes.
Errors
Or misinterpretation. Yeah, it's definitely a misinterpretation when you say that you got a bachelor's degree in 22 and you didn't. That guy's whole testimony. And we took shots every time he said errors and misinterpretation, then we would be trashed by the end of his cross. So I didn't even show the part about his report that he updated. And Hippieista made a great point. He didn't even do the math correctly. Like, because he's not an expert, y'all. In order to be an expert, at a minimum, you have to have a degree. Of course, there's going to be some exceptions. If I had, let's say I had a construction case and the issue revolved around like drywall or whatever, I could bring in my guy Alejandro, who does all my work and drywall and repair and remodeling for me, because he's been doing it for 30 years. And drywall isn't it's not a degree, right? It's something you learn by doing. This guy is trying to say that he does math and reconstructs scenes and da-da-da-da-da. And now, if you watch the prior trial, all of the scene reconstructionists were like PhDs. They're all like doctors of science and shit. Like, they are not dudes who are working on their bachelor's degree for 17 years. Dude, in the 17 years it took him to not even get a bachelor's degree, I got an associate's, a bachelor, a master's, a JD, and an LLM. Fucking idiot. Okay, so his report was totally incorrect. The math was incorrect. The report was clearly updated to match the testimony that had happened in the last 16 days. And it was completely unacceptable for the judge to not do a voir dire and or allow that fucking report in. And so based off his testimony, I bought tickets and I wrote a letter. So I am going home from New York on Wednesday, and then I will be in Boston Monday and Tuesday of next week. Week after. So this coming Tuesday, I'll be at Diddy. The Tuesday after, I'll be at Karen Reed. All right. And I'm going to talk to Alessi, and I'm going to talk to Action Jackson, and that's it. I'm so excited. Oh, but also disgusted. The next day, there was some kind of juror issue. I heard that some of the jurors were flirting or something. Maybe that was the issue. The judge kicked everyone but the lawyers out. And yes, I'll go live in Canton. I will for sure do that, Tall Glass. The lawyers kicked him out they kicked everyone out of the courtroom. And the judge kicked everyone but the lawyers. And they questioned the jurors for a whole day. And then, oh yeah, I'm totally going to ride past 34 Fairview. Good point, Tall Glass. Yes, the fucking crime scene. I'm convinced that man died in that basement. Or not died, was like he died in the cold because they dragged him out there. But I'm convinced his injuries were sustained in that business. Oh yeah, I gotta go to the waterfall and I gotta go to that pizza place. Yeah, I'm gonna make a whole day out. Good job. Good point, Tall Glass. This is very good ideas. Okay, so there's no more Karen Reed for the rest of the week. Pretty much, they had 2 witnesses after this guy. One of them was a brain surgeon, and they're like, "All of your brains that you've looked at are alive, right?" And he's like, "Yeah." Okay. And then the other was like some evidence lady. I don't know. She's kind of boring. And then the jury issue happened. Okay. So no more Karen Reed until next week. Now I'm going to shift my focus to Diddy. I actually thought that brain surgeon was kind of cool. I liked how he went to work in the morning and then came home and made his wife a cappuccino. Like, that's really cute. Like, that is a very good habit. And I need a husband like that. Like, somebody find me a rich, successful brain surgeon that will come home and make me some coffee when I wake up. By the way, if you've ever been to New York, these people really don't start working till 10 a.m. and I'm fucking here for it. Okay. One of the things I've said when I become president is that we're not going to be having meetings and shit before 10 a.m. And I feel like the city of New York has already embraced that mentality. And I love that. So kudos, New York. Hi, Blue Nettie. Yeah, no, the basement theory is pretty much the only theory that matches. Like, the dude has the smartwatch showing he goes downstairs, upstairs, downstairs. Well, how the fuck do you go up and downstairs in a car? Hey, Nene, are you coming on Tuesday? I was thinking about it. I'm like, oh my God, I hope I see her. I hope I see you. I don't know how much it cost the Commonwealth to pay that doctor, but I can tell you that they paid that non-expert and his company enough that they bought a $70,000 Lexus SUV to test the sensors or something. So the state of Massachusetts paid those people a butt ton of money, and I'd be pissed if I was a citizen. You know how I don't like my money being spent on messed up, right? Oh, damn it, Nene. I'm so sorry. Well, at least you have a husband that works. So congratulations. All right. My daughter and I are going to the Met today. And apparently that's like attached to Central Park. And so is the New York Zoo, which I really, really, really want to see. Because of, I'm not kidding, because of the movie Madagascar. Like, I know I'm in my 40s, but I like that movie. So now I want to go to the zoo. Okay, so we might hit the zoo too this afternoon. We'll see. My daughter is cracking up in bed over here, you guys. She's like, I cannot believe this is my mother, and I cannot believe my mother and her weirdness are on full display for the whole world to see right now. You know how embarrassed you felt when that guy was getting cross-examined on his lack of degree? That's how embarrassed my daughter is right now. Oh, face, good to see you. Or not see you. Just kidding. Okay. Sorry, my daughter is laughing. Oh, okay. This is why I love my kids, because they laugh at my dumbass jokes. Love me even though I'm weird. Oh, she's like literally crying from laughter, y'all. Ugh. Woo! Okay, settle down. Settle down, Lauren and daughter, whose name I'm not going to say on the internet. Okay. You guys, if you have any suggestions for what we should do or see in New York City, holla, okay? Like I said, today we're going to the Met and we're going to do like Central Park or whatever. Okay, so this necklace, thank you, Blue Nettie. I have a beautiful friend. She made me these earrings, this necklace, a couple of these bracelets. Her name is Miriam. She owns a wonderful company called All Pro Staffing. So if you're in Texas and you need warehouse staffing or anything like that, please call Miriam. And I'm going to let her know that you like the necklace. It's very pretty. Okay, so let's go on to Diddy. And I'm not going to show video because there is none. And I'm going to recap real quick the highlights of the grossness that I thought. And then I'll go on Tuesday and I'll report back to you further. Okay. Cassie's mom. Well, first, they had a really like average middle-aged white dude come testify. And I guess he was like Diddy's personal assistant from 2014 to 2015. And he corroborated everything that Cassie said and gave additional details. So, boom, she won lying. Then Cassie's mom gets on the stand, and it turns out that Diddy extorted her and her husband for $20,000. Now, you're a fucking billionaire. And these are regular people, just regular. And you're like, I need $20,000 or else I'm going to do damage to your daughter in some way, shape, or form. I would go refinance my house to pay this extortion fee as well. That's what they did. They pay him $20,000. And then he sends the $20,000 back a few months later. Which means that the $20,000 was just a power play the entire time. This guy is so sick. He's so sick. Oh, yeah. He had a stash of all the freak off supplies in the hotel room in New York when he knew he was going to go turn himself in. So yesterday, Kid Cudi testified, and he testified that Diddy broke into his house. He had a female dog in the house that, usually just kind of roamed around. He found the female dog in the bathroom, and the dog was never the same. No visible injuries, no physical injuries, no intoxication. What could someone do to a dog, a girl dog, that would make that girl dog never be the same? If you're breaking into someone's house because they're sleeping with your girl, I'ma F your B. I think the dog. I think the dog. Dog went on to just like never be the same, just not have a good, like her personality was totally ruined. And then she died. What do you think he did to the dog, y'all? At first, I was like, oh, maybe he drugged the dog. Maybe, because sometimes when dogs get anesthesia or stuff, it kind of changes them a little. It can change people too. But then I found out, no, they took the dog to the vet, and there's no evidence of that. Now, y'all gotta know, I really love you that I'm actually going to this shit in person on Tuesday because this is whack. It is going to change my life in a way. They talk about jurors and seeing like graphic content and that kind of thing, and it causes trauma in their life. But like, yeah, that's definitely going to happen. No face. They weren't just saying it was traumatic. It's kind of like put two and two together here, right? They said there were no injuries, visible injuries, no poisoning. What is left? Think of why Diddy is broken into that house, and think of the kind of man that extorts your girlfriend's regular parents for $20,000. What do you think that man is doing to that dog? I think that's what the jurors are going to think that he did. We're in New York City. Nobody is going to be nice about being rude to a dog. Like, you don't fuck with dogs. I see dogs up and down the street when I walked over to get my press pass. These are the kind of liberals that love dogs. Like, this is not going to go. This is once a dog and the dog being different came out, it's over, bro. You're going to jail forever. You know how white people love their dogs. You know that. You know how middle class white people are about dogs. I don't think there would be No Face because she's a girl. People do stuff like that. I dated a guy who was a divorce attorney, and his dad had this woman come in, and she was like speaking in Spanish, and she said that her husband had slept with someone else, something else. And the dude was like, "What?" And she was like, "La perra." And he thought she was talking about the bitch who was cheating with, but she was like, "No, la perra," like the actual dog. So no. No face. You might be thinking about those people you see on a certain website, but most men, they're not going to damage the dog, sir. By Diddy's behavior, I can tell he's one of those men that ain't gonna damage the dog. If he was dog damaging size, he wouldn't be such a freaking weirdo and power freak. I just no face. I know you don't want to accept it. I know none of us want to accept it, but yeah, that's the only logical conclusion in this crazy situation. So, yep. Yep. So that happened. Brian Steele cross-examined Cuddy. I didn't hear much about the cross-examination except that Steele got it out that Cassie played both Diddy and Cuddy at the same time. I don't think that helps Diddy in any way. That does not help exonerate him in any way, shape, or form. So, all right, that's it, dude. I'm in New York. I'm gonna go on Tuesday. I'm gonna capture as much as I can, camera, phone, whatever. If people actually show up to the meet and greet, I'll live stream Tuesday evening from that. Okay. And the next week, I'm going to be at Karen Reed. I'll be hopefully on Friday, I'll live stream. Yeah, because I'll be in town. So I'll be back next Friday in my studio, and I'll give you all the updates there on the Diddy that I can. Shit is whack, bro. Shit is whack. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your subscribes. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the chat. I love all of you guys. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you so much. And I will see you again next week.